Similar to having a poker face in cards, the party who appears to care least in a negotiation has the advantage. It's August 2nd, 1876 at a dimly lit saloon in Deadwood, Dakota Territory. Wild Bill Hickok is sitting at a poker table where one day earlier he used his poker face to win multiple hands against a young Jack McCall. Hickok's back is to the door. He's holding two pair, aces and eights, the dead man's hand. Sadly, we all know how things ended up. Much like Wild Bill, the art of negotiation has died. However, unlike Hickok, we can revive the art of negotiating. Customers are armed with information and have become formidable negotiators who are often more skilled than the salespeople they're negotiating with. And as a result, profitability is now more difficult, and it's more critical than ever to be able to execute a successful win-win negotiation. Look, poor negotiation skills are fine when the economy is rocking and people are out buying cars. But that doesn't fly when we actually have to sell cars. It's time to become a professional negotiator. Let's turn fear into fun and negotiate out of inspiration instead of desperation. You know, I hear regularly that our customers no longer want to negotiate. Customers hate negotiating. We need to go one price. Well, that may work in some stores in some instances. The reality is, majority of customers want to pay less than what we're asking, want more for their trade and its worth, and think we're making too much money. And I know some of us have an ethical problem with negotiating. We think negotiating means we're dishonest, that we're stealing, that we're old school. The reality is, too often, it's really just we don't value our time, we don't believe in our product, or our skills aren't good enough to be great negotiators. Next time you're about to sit down to negotiate, remember these three things. Number one, whoever appears to care least in a negotiation wins. Here's what I mean. That customer needs to want to buy our vehicle more than we want to sell it to them. Not that we don't want to, don't get me wrong, but they need to love that car. So what does that mean? Well, we needed to do a great job building value. I did a $50,000 presentation on a $45,000 vehicle. That customer's licking the paint off that vehicle. I built so much value, I painted it into their life, they can't imagine not owning that vehicle. That's when you're going to have an advantage in a negotiation. Number two, whoever starts the negotiation has the advantage. Whoever starts the negotiation has the advantage. It's kind of like sitting at a poker table and you've got the biggest stack of chips at the table. You control the table, right? But if somebody else has the biggest stack of chips, they control the table. Always remember this, the biggest bump you'll ever get is the one you never hear. Biggest bump you'll ever get is the one you never hear. Meaning, if I don't know the customer wants to spend $300 a month or put zero down when we start the negotiation, and I'm the one that presents the numbers and I show them the best way to get their new vehicle, shorter term, money down, now I get to come down, I can pull out that customer's top numbers instead of if I ask them up front, how much you want to spend a month, how much down do you have? What are they going to tell you? Top numbers or lowest numbers? And they're all going to give you the lowest numbers. I would, you would, we all would. So we start the negotiation so we have the advantage. Bottom line, negotiate out of a position of strength, not weakness. We start the numbers, strength. They start the numbers, weakness. And number three, slow kills. We need to eliminate the time monsters that are killing our deal. Things like the trade appraisal taking 20 or 30 minutes. Data input into the CRM, into your DMS. Leaving customers. That's insane, man. Leaving the customers alone, my dad always said, idle mind's the devil's workshop. Leave that customer alone. A lot of bad things happen in today's world. And then all that back and forth. To our manager, back to our desk, to our manager, back to the desk. We got to cut all that out. Look, it's time to turn fear of negotiating into fun. The art of negotiation no longer has to be a thing of the past. And the next time you sit down at the table to negotiate, remember, don't show your hand. Take advantage of the stack of chips in front of you, and time is your most valuable currency. Use it wisely.